Okay, greetings everyone. Here we're going to start with the lesson about simple past tense, and we are going to see in this lesson how do we use simple past tense, the grammar structures, and reading examples with activities. Well, we have to start with a question, and what is simple past tense? Simple past tense means that we are talking about actions that happened in the past and already finished. The time is important or relevant while talking about past actions. It means that we have to take very, very close attention to the time in which the action happened. In order to explain better, we are going to imagine a timeline, and we are going to focus our attention on a certain point in the past. As we can see here, we have past, present, and future. Let's imagine an action. For example, someone jogging, and in the past could be Luis and his brother jogged in the park yesterday at night. The action could be something like that. In the photo, we can see that two men are jogging, right? But if we talk in simple past tense, we're going to mention that that action of jogging is already finished. Okay, let's see a little bit the grammar part. Affirmative sentences in simple past tense are formed, as you can see, by a subject, a verb in simple past, and a complement or object. Okay, we can set an example saying, my mom told me about the requisites for college 1 week ago. The time this action happened was 1 week ago, and the verb told is saying that that action is totally finished. Okay, the negative sentences are something different. Here we can say that we need an auxiliary verb plus a negative word to express the negative simple past tense. As we can see here, did plus not, or the contraction didn't, is the auxiliary verb that we are going to use, plus the verb in simple present. Here the verb is not needed to be in simple past because the auxiliary verb is already taking that function. Don't forget. Let's read the example. Mark didn't bring my suitcase on time for the meeting. Here the action didn't happen, so we use simple past tense but in a negative form. Well, how can we form questions and answer those questions? As you can see, a question is just formed with an auxiliary verb, did, plus the subject, plus the verb in simple present as the negative form, and the complement or object. The answers are something different. Here we can separate them into short answers and long answers. Short answers are just formed with yes or no plus the subject and the auxiliaries. If it is affirmative, we can say did, and if it is negative, we say did plus not or didn't. On the other hand, we can say that long answers are formed by an affirmative complete sentence and a negative full sentence, as you can see in the example. Did Sue buy the magazine for the English class? Yes, Sue did. No, Sue didn't. Oh yes, Sue bought the magazine for the English class. Oh no, she didn't buy the magazine for the English class. Here we can use long answers to express a full meaning or extra information in the sentence. Well, let's pass to regular and irregular verbs. Here we have two sections. Regular and irregular verbs are two kinds of verbs that are very important when you use simple past tense. For example, if you use a regular verb in simple past, you have to add an ed at the end. If you use an irregular verb in the past, the word changes into another. We are going to see some examples. For example, study turns to studied, play to played, stay to stayed, train to trained, and program to programmed. As you saw here, the verb is added with an ed to form the simple past word or verb. On the other hand, we have buy that changes to bought, bring to brought, think to thought, read to read, and in this verb, read, the only change is the pronunciation. That is how irregular verbs are formed by. For these variations, and you have to analyze, and the only way to learn is practice. Well, let's pass to a reading activity. I will be sure, I am sure you will understand better in context. For example, if we read here, yesterday Debbie had a job interview. She went downtown to the company. The interview was for an accounting job. Debbie graduated university 3 months ago. Her interview was at 10 a.m. She woke up at 7 a.m. and left her house before 8 a.m. She waited for the bus, but it was late. She was very worried because she did not want to be late for the interview. She tried to phone the company to warn them, but her phone battery was dead. When the bus arrived, it was almost 9 a.m. Then the bus was slow because there were many other cars. The bus finally arrived at Debbie's stop at 9:45 a.m. Debbie ran from the bus stop to the office building. When she entered, she saw a sign that said the company was on the 24th floor. The elevator ride took almost 5 minutes because many people stopped at different floors. When Debbie arrived at reception, it was 9:58. She was in time. "I am here to see Miss Levis," said Debbie. The receptionist checked her book and replied, "She's not here today. What is your name, please?" "My name is Debbie Gregson." "Sorry, Debbie, but your appointment is tomorrow." Debbie checked her agenda. It was true. She was there on the wrong day. Can you imagine how hard could have been for Debbie to be there without having a meeting, without having something arranged before? Here there was a confusion. So you have to analyze the reading, read again if you need, or play back some minutes ago. Well, after reading this, we are going to answer some questions. First, what time did Debbie wake up? When did the bus arrive at the stop? Was Debbie late? Yes or no? Did Debbie go on the correct day? Yes or no? Please answer the questions and check again the reading if you are sure you are correct. Good luck! Okay, let's make a writing activity after you have read the previous reading. Here, based on the knowledge you have acquired here, please think about the story. You can choose from the list a gender to write. Make a paragraph using the basic grammar learned, about 10 lines minimum, and you can choose between or among science fiction, art, war, romantic, or thriller. It's up to you. So choose a topic, a theme, and make your own writing to read later. I will be glad to read all your writings. Okay, this is all for today. See you in another lesson, and thanks for watching. Any comment, you can leave it below or contact me on private. Thanks.